Croc Legend of the Gobbos is a platform adventure game that was released in 1997 for PlayStation 1, Microsoft Windows, and Sega Saturn. It is one of the first games I ever played, having first played it at a friend's house. I liked it so much that I needed a copy of it. As of this video, there has been no official remaster or re-release, but there is a fan-made definitive edition for PC that sharpened up the graphics and made it playable on newer systems. I'll include a link to it in the description below. The story begins when baby Croc is sent down a river in a basket after his parents try to keep him safe from the big bad Baron Dante. Croc is found by the king of the Gobbos, a race of fuzzy small animals who decide to take him in and raise him as one of their own. When he gets bigger, the Gobbos are attacked by Baron Dante, who uses magic to paralyze them. The king summons a magic bird to carry Croc to safety and is then captured. Croc goes on his journey to save the Gobbos and defeat the big bad. The story is pretty generic, but what makes it stand out is the world. Croc and the Gobbos are incredibly cute, while the environments look wondrous and magical. The enemies aren't very intimidating, the exception being Baron Dante. There are 5 islands with over 40 levels in total, each island being a certain theme, like snowy terrain or a desert. There is no dialogue whatsoever, you have to figure out what's going on based on the cutscenes. So now we'll get into the gameplay. It's not very good, control-wise especially. I remember it being really hard when I was a kid, but I figured that was just because I wasn't very good at games at that age. It's still incredibly hard. The controls for walking around and running are similar to tank controls, but more confusing. Like Super Mario 64, the ground feels very slippery and it's easy to miss where you want to jump or run to. Croc can do a ground pound type of attack, but sometimes it doesn't work where you want it to. One thing I did like is that he can grab onto the ledges if you miss your jump. He also has a tail whip attack and can climb up walls. His health is based on how many gems you have, similar to Sonic and his rings. Getting hit by an enemy makes them scatter, and you need to have at least 1 to survive attacks. There are special colored gems that open secret doors with collectibles inside. The levels are all pretty small and have a lot of areas to fall and die from. Despite being short, they're hard to play through. However, they can actually be ran through without doing any of the objectives. You can ignore all the Gobbos and gems and run to the end and then hit the gong that sends you to the next stage. I completed all of the first island stages and forgot to save before quitting since I'm spoiled and used to autosaving now. So there's a password system that lets you enter passwords to unlock certain levels. There is a password for every level, including the very final areas. All of the prior levels will be unlocked after using the password, so you can enter the password for the final level and play through any of the previous ones at your leisure. Each island has 2 bosses, except for the very final super secret extra island. Spoiler alert, I guess. All of the boss fights are fairly simple. You hit the bad guy 3 times and you win. Each one has different types of attack patterns, but they all play out the same way. What's frustrating is that they don't react to being hit, so it's hard to tell if you did any damage or not. It's also easy to get too close and take damage, which is an instant kill if you don't have any gems. Despite being ridiculously hard and pretty generic, I still really like Croc. Maybe it's nostalgia glasses. I really think it would benefit from a remake like the Spyro Reignited trilogy. There is a lot to work with and it could be really good. There was a kind of remake on the Game Boy Color in 2000 simply titled Croc. It had the same premise as the PlayStation 1 game, but it was a 2D side-scroller and changed a lot of environments and enemies. I remember really liking this version a lot, probably because it was easier than the original. It wasn't anything special, but it was fun to play as Croc again. Since this game is hard, I'd probably recommend just watching a Let's Play or something. I will not be doing that. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, can't be that hard, you just suck at games. I will wait for your verdict after you play through the entire game and get 100% on it. I really hope there will be a remake someday. Croc is on the same level of special to me as Spyro is. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content, leave a comment saying what your very first game was. I'm going to guess a lot of people are going to say Super Mario Brothers or something like that. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon, it means so much to have people supporting me. I also have a Kickstarter going for my JRPG Shards of the Heart. As of this recording, I am currently at $781, which is $281 over my $500 goal. I also have Redbubble and all that cool stuff, so give me your money. Maybe. Thank you for watching.